that when Sam and I got married, just that little church, and we were just gonna go in front of a JP or something, just get married. And he's got 4 girls, I've got 3 children, and they all started having hissy fits. What do you mean you gotta get married in the church? We're all coming, we're all gonna be there. So, all right, do what you wanna do, we'll be there. So that's about what it was, wasn't it?
Would you guys want to change anything about your wedding?
Yeah, like it was in a hurry, so after we got our visas, it was not basically well planned. So I would just go with changing the venue instead. We had it in our house.
Okay.
It was a pretty big wedding, but not that occasional. So I would rather change the venue. But what that matters is I got married.
Now, you guys weren't here. Did you use a planner at all? A wedding planner?
Yes, sort of.
You
It
did?
was not like extremely well planned. But
Okay.
It was sort of moderately.
Okay. All right.
So for those who are engaged, have you started planning your wedding and why or why not?
So you?
We're still not getting married for another year and a half or so, but we're just trying to get everything in line, get venues out, and figure out how much everything's going to basically cost. And we're still trying to figure out what budget we have because we don't have the money for it. So we're trying to communicate back and forth between the two of them to see how much they want to go put into it, and we're taking that and figuring out, okay, then what can we do then? And so far we have pretty much everything locked in, what we want to do.
So essentially, budget is a huge thing for everyone. Agreed?
Do you think most couples use a wedding planner, or do you think it's mostly DIY? What's been your sense about that?
Well, from like around here, the people who I know who have gotten married, it's been on their own. They haven't really used a planner. It's just, they just kind of figure it out and go along the way.
Yeah, I say more DIY, but like with help from friends and family. Like they help plan it. They don't the mom doesn't do it.
Yeah, I'd say it's more DIY also.
What will you remember, or what do you think you will remember most about your wedding? The day, I guess specifically.
I think it would go back to photography. I mean, I'm assuming it's like from what I've like heard from people, it's like such a whir the whole day. So like kind of when you're looking back on your photos, you're realizing like what all happened and you're remembering kind of what went on, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I hope I remember how happy and how fun, like how happy I was and how fun it was. I'm not gonna remember, much other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'll be so worried about everything that like just remember like
How you felt?
yeah. That and how fun it was. Just with your family.
Probably the dancing, just because I had a really fun family.
I can't, you know my story, so I can't tell it. Real no, it's nothing bad. It's just a cute story about my life.
What about you guys?
2 things. One is the fact that we got married. It never changed. 2, as everyone said, the feeling of getting married. And that's all the questions.
All right, one more. What would make you, like, what's the number one thing that would make you want to use a wedding planner? Does that make sense?
Yeah, like what would it take to convince you to use one? If you convince me it'd be easier and worth the money because I'm pretty busy, so I wouldn't want to sit down and do anything.
Okay.
Yes, like if I ever tried, like if I sat down and tried to do it and I ever got stressed out, just like, nope, I'm just gonna call someone to do it for me. Yeah.
If I start to plan and it's unorganized, then I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah. Stress. Yeah.
It was more stressful than we made of, but the money for it, just so we can buy it, it's not that bad. Really good.
Possibly like the unique style, something that's different, that's out there that appeals to me. That I might not have thought about, something that's an expertise in that area. I'm like, well, I want to try.
Yeah, something that you couldn't do yourself otherwise.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, so something that you couldn't otherwise do yourself, like
Right,
you would
exactly.
need the
You
help.
need to be involved, but yet you need a professional.
Right.
This is like my daughter's wedding. The most thing that sticks out in my mind about when she got married is when the wedding was over and they came down the aisle and they were greeting everybody. They got in a white carriage with 4 horses and rode off into Neverland.
That's
And
cute.
you didn't see them again until we all met at the hall.
Yeah.
You know, for the reception dinner. But I still remember that. You know, a white carriage. You know, getting in a white carriage with 4 horses. The way they went.
Definitely. What about you guys?
We actually are very much confident planning it by ourselves, but as they said, some aspects we need professional help. So when it goes to that, we might seek planning.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for us?
I think we got all the
Yeah.
information. That was
Yeah.
really good, guys.
Okay. All right.